Hello everyone. I hope you guys are having a great day. So let's continue on playing the e4 and checkboard. Okay, we have a d4. We're going to play d6. Okay, we have c4. So let's try to pull out the. Okay, it goes into the English rat defense and plays knight to f3, which is definitely a little bit weird, but we take we will be able to castle, and now white won't be, instead of the opposite. Usually in this case, white takes on d8, and then black takes, and then now black can't castle. However, this position is very easy to play for black. I think now black actually have an edge here. So we are going to play f6. Looks a little bit awkward, but what it will do is add a stable defender to the e5 pawn. So let's play bishop to c5, because now with oh, bishop to e3. Okay, we are going to just take. And why not go knight h6? We play h3, stopping ourselves. We don't really care. And mostly in these positions, all we care about is just developing pieces and then outplay our opponent later. Okay, we have b4, very aggressive. b4. Um, hmm. Let's see. We could play f5, but instead, I looked at it. f5 actually is kind of a good move. I really like. I think for this time, I'm going to try f5. You know what's the thing though? If we castle and then our opponent somehow finds that we are going to play f5 and then just play g4, then I wouldn't really like it. So I think we're going to play f5. And you might say, well, doesn't that just undouble the e pawn? Well, it does. However, now we actually have tactics involved. Now we have knight to e3. We're going to play knight e3 check. And now we're going to win a pawn. So there we go. Now king to b3. And now king to b3. It seems like it defends the c4 pawn, but it doesn't really does the job. We could just play knight b6, but we can start with b5. Now our opponent will definitely add a lot of defenders with knight to d2. But once again, after b5, this is why we play b5 first and not knight to b6. First of all, knight to b6 also hangs the e5 pawn. So knight takes e5, defense c4. So let's play b5. Now forcing our opponent to play a knight to d2. And now we could just play knight b6, and we don't even have to take the bishop. But I'm thinking here if I should take the bishop on f1 or not. So that's my only concern for the moment. The reason that I don't want to take is because I don't want to have a rook on f1. Right? If we take on f1, then we are sort of just allowing white to have a rook on f1. So if knight b6, bishop to e2, and we take on c4, take on c4, take on c4, and after all the trades, we are much better because we are now controlling f1 and we have the open file. So I think it's much easier for us to just go knight b6. Let's see how white will respond here. Sometimes I don't understand why people play so fast in 10-0, but we always have, and there's a reason why 10 plus 0 is kind of counted as rapid, because then you have time to actually think. Okay, we have rook. I think I don't like rook to e1, but actually I might have knight takes f1. Now knight takes f1. Rook. If rook takes f1, knight takes c4. King to c2. Maybe, maybe. But I think I really like it. Now I think taking the bishop is it will create some potential tactics and requires our opponent to play a little bit more accurate in the first few moves. Now king c2 is the only move. Yes, king c2. Um, Now we don't actually have to trade the knights. Although knight d6 runs into knight to b3, which is very annoying because now knight to c5. Actually, it even runs into knight to f3. But if we just castle, then knight takes c4, bishop takes c4, and rook to f5. It's very hard to deal with. This was not that hard, but I guess we have rook h e8, and now we get the open file. So bishop takes c. So if we castle knight c4, bishop c4, rook to f5 attack, and then we play rook h to e8. The white actually has no access to the seventh rank, and our bishop is very strong on c4. So, and then if say rook d1 trying to trade the rooks and all that stuff, now we can just proceed with our plan of king e7 and king d7, king e6. And what does white even do? Okay, I think I really like the plan, so let's do that. And now, uh, we could play bishop d3, but no, we're not going to play bishop d3 because we want to make sure that we have some guarding towards the f7 square. Okay, a4 is now on the board. We could actually just kick this rook off the kick this rook off with we actually might want to keep this pawn. Might want to keep this pawn at c6 because we don't want to actually allow knight d5. That would be okay. We play a5 instead, and then that is fine. And now we could play rook to d6. Yeah. We could also just play bishop here first. But once again, hand. I think let's do rook d6. And the thing with rook d6 is that it will allow us to play king d7, king e6. And once we are able to protect e5, then we can start moving this rook also. Okay, we have rook to d1. Hmm. Okay, actually, I don't like taking because knight takes d1 and knight e3 is very annoying. So, okay, g4. Um, g4 adds more protection. I think I'm just going to play king e6, right? No. Let's try to force white to take this. If white doesn't take, we just play rook d8, and we take control of the d file. Okay. So rook, we have rook there. Now we just simply plays king e6. If rook d2 is played, we play rook f8. And okay, so knight to d1 is a mistake because now we just play. Well, it's not exactly like a big mistake, right? Now we could just keep we can we keep this on the board? We can actually. Very true. But we are running out of time, so let's be a little bit more careful here. I think we are going to go rook f8. And oh, he's wanting a draw now. But actually now that rook is here, wait a second. Do we have any better way other than a draw? Yes, we do. We have rook f4. Okay, we're running very low on time, so I will explain this move. The rook f4 is a very critical because now we are targeting the e4 pawn. And if they take, I think we actually just win the game. Knight to f2. Let's play king e5. Knight f2. F3. No, now let's play king f4, king d4, king g3. Oh, well, now that's annoying. Bishop e6. Okay, g5. We might. Oh my god! I think we actually could lose this game. Really don't like this, but okay, never mind. C6 is just a blunder. Let's play this and pick up pawn. Play this. Yeah, I think I can win this. Say 5. Start pre-moving. Now we just collect the knight, we'll win the game. Okay. Okay. Very close. Very, very close, but we got the win. That was I thank goodness I changed the setup and well not changed the setup. I put um my screen resolution to max. So now I can actually pre-move very quickly. But that was a very close game. Uh I think that I did play very inaccurately, I think, at some point, especially on the end game. Here, I mean, I don't know what this is, right? Now, okay, so knight c6 supposed to actually be the good move here in this particular position because now after knight c3, bishop e6, e4, castles, knight d5. It's not. Ah, or even just actually king c2 is okay. Okay, so I was not supposed to go f6. F6. Okay, f6 is not bad. Never mind. F6 is not bad. That's what I thought. I because I know in this position, right? F6 is equal. Actually, F6 is still better. So there is no way that the king on d1 and our king on e8 makes this worse. It's not as good, but this is white. But now black is just better. This is very good and easy to play. So, I mean, here in e4, I would have done the same thing. So it would transpose and it wouldn't matter. Because I really don't like to allow any sort of outpost of knight to d5, knight b5. Although it's true that I could have played bishop e6 first, but I didn't know about this. Okay, knight e6. That's fair. But after e4, okay, e4, I'm just supposed to keep this here. After a5, knight e5, again knight a6. The difference here is that I can actually castle, which creates a huge difference. Because if I cannot castle, then I have to play c6. So, this is something new that I just learned throughout this game. So bishop to c5, bishop e3, it's just a bad move. Knight h6, h3, and now from here, everything kind of just goes very naturally. Okay, so a5. So f5 was not a good plan here because of knight g5. And lucky our opponent missed it and took on f5, which I know goes right into our play. But I totally missed knight g5, and this forces our bishop back, or we just have to trade the bishop. And after c5, bishop c4, white isn't back in the game. So after b4, I'm supposed to play a5, and after b5, provoking b5 so that knight c5 can be played, and now this knight is invincible. But what if? Oh, white can't play a3 because we just take. And what if rook b1 instead? Oh, then you don't care. Just play, just protect it. And now, and next, wait, can you play knight c5 here? Yes, you can, but somehow best is just this. Knight c5 is also very good. But what happens after? It doesn't even want me to castle. I mean, e8 here, rook b8. It does not care about knight c5. That's kind of funny. But okay, so here we play inaccurately. Although it somehow didn't count as an inaccurate move. because it just goes back, even though it goes from a -1 to equal, which is should be like at least a mistake. It shouldn't be a blunder because it doesn't blunder the win or anything. But yeah, e takes f5, and knight takes f5, and now as you can see in the game after e4, we could play knight g3. Goes into a very simple play. We could just because once again we could just do this. But I went for knight e3. And then I allow king to b3. And b5, b5 just it's guaranteed to be good. You cannot go wrong with b5. Now, it's say here that a5 is fine, but well, I mean, what is this? This is a nice c5. Oh my god. And funny enough, king a3. This is checkmate. The two knights on the board. So I didn't see that this was possible. So b5, knight d2, knight d6. Very simple. Now here. Oh. So yeah, okay, so apparently castle is already fine. And then let's go to the end game, see what happens. Okay, where did I mess up here? Yeah, castle was a mistake. Yeah, after now we castle. I see. So let's see if we mess up anywhere on the end game. I don't think so. Highly doubt it. Ooh. Oh, this. Well, we could have forced a win. Yeah, we could have forced a win here. I completely missed it. And now we allow. Yeah. The rook f4. Very strong because now this pawn is not defendable. So this is forced. And of course, rook b2. Just take this. Rook d8 doesn't do anything. So rook f4 takes e5. King f4. There. And then everything is okay. Everything is winning. c5 best move. Okay, that was good. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.